February. It is Tuesday.
It is a Tuesday and it is a 63-degree morning. Let me tell you, fall is in the air. And if you didn't know, if you celebrate, Starbucks has rolled out their fall flavors. Today is
No
the first
way.
day.
A pumpkin spice?
Pumpkin spice, you can get it. You can get it today. Dunkin' did it last week, beating them to it.
Am I
So you got
trapping? Am I clocking? That's my new phrase. Am I clocking that everyone's rolling out Halloween a lot earlier this year than last year?
No, it is a lot earlier. If you didn't know, first day of fall is September 22nd. So we're a month earlier than technically you would normally see it. So use TJ Maxx full
I'm sorry.
blown fall.
No. You Hoblob's already put out Christmas stuff. It's thinking about Valentine's Day
Here's
2020.
the thing, because Hobby Lobby doesn't celebrate Halloween. They have to jump straight to fall into Christmas. They don't have a
Really?
buffer zone.
Question: Is Hobby Lobby closed on Sundays?
Every Sunday it's closed since the
I did
beginning of
see the.
time.
I did not
If you
know.
didn't know, Nothing Bun Cakes can now choose to be open on Sundays. Usually they were closed, but now some can be open on Sundays.
Is there any bun cakes in West Virginia? Nothing.
Nothing Bun Cakes. If you also didn't know, if you can
Lawrenceburg.
tell, I love food. They had a cinnamon bun one that was in July.
Okay.
Took it off. People loved it, but it was a limited time only. They've taken it away since people are begging, revolting, gnashing, throwing up, and saying, please bring it back. I would love to try it. I did not get the opportunity.
How do you know when it's oh, the new flavor is galactic brownie cake. It's gonna
Yeah,
be
I didn't
amazing.
like whatever that one was, but I'm not a big brownie fan. Not a big brownie fan.
Timeless is Biscoff cookie butter.
Have you had Biscoff before? It's a little
No.
spicy. A spicy cookie.
Really?
Yeah, Krispy
Uh,
Kreme rolled out their fall flavors.
what are they?
Pumpkin spice.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You ate all six on.
I did a maple, a coffee, and a Biscoff.
Did you? Oh, that's where the Biscoff came from.
Yeah.
Is it like a holiday spice? A clove?
It's like I'm not quite sure how to word it. It's just a spicy cookie to me. It's not my favorite.
I see what you're
Some
saying. How
people
about
love it.
carrot bun cake? I think that's going to be phenomenal.
I'm not sure why they wouldn't be bringing that in spring though. It's more of a springy time flavor.
You think carrot cake springtime flavor?
Easter, yeah, carrots. I don't know. In my
Okay,
brain,
that
yeah.
was a weird pull. Yeah. If the cinnamon one comes back, you'll find me at a bun cake.
Yeah,
Whatever they
you will
put
find
in the crack cocaine icing of a bun thing.
cream
Wow.
cheese. Creme cheese.
Cream cheese. I'm gonna turn my light on. I forgot about it. But it is.
Your turn.
Did you make a cream cheese thing once?
Did I make a cream cheese? Like I made a cream cheese sugar cookie once.
Give it
You
to
guys liked it.
me.
You guys liked it.
It's hard to get corn to bake for you when you're
I
on
literally
the
just
list.
made you guys Rice Krispies. Brown butter Rice Krispie treats.
They're so good. They're so good. And I took one home. And like once you've eaten your body weight in it,
Yeah.
you're like, mom was like, does anyone want to take some? I was like, I'll take a single square. Yeah, but I'm frothing at the bit when I get home. Like, why didn't I ask for 5 squares? What pretentious high horse was I sitting upon when I requested 1 square? Guys, we're the sugar cookie marketing group, and we're obviously hungry.
Yeah, we're apparently starving for fall flavors.
Nothing bun cake is ridiculous. Whatever's in there is so good.
If you're trying to grow your sugar cookie baking business, you have 2 customers right here staring right at you.
We would love to be a taste tester.
We are actually a spinoff from a group that's on Facebook called the Sugar Cookie Marketing Group. If you haven't joined, please do join us. We let people in. What you can expect when you join is tips and tricks to marketing, updates on social media, and then what's trending, what other bakers are experiencing that's selling good. Heather does a favorite bakes thread, like what sells the best. And
We're in a dead zone. We're in a dead zone of those because I usually schedule them out. I don't know if people realize, between 8 to 6 weeks out from the event. So we can see what people sold last year that sold really well. So you can kind of get your cutter orders in. You can get new ideas.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like I done back to school.
That's literally it until Labor Day, but I don't see a lot of people. Grandparents' Day is September 13th if you wanted to do
I
that
have
one.
not seen a single post about grandparents.
There's a few out there, Flo.
You have sucked up to a grandparent, yes, but not most bakers. Yeah, so in the sugar cookie marketing group, 50,000 people, an activity rate of 38,000 bakers. So we're always seeing new, fresh ideas, new, fresh problems. And then we're able to take that and then from that kind of delve in. What are you doing that's selling well? Tell me, let me look at through your eyes. So the group is valuable in that way. And then we take that content, we bring it back to the podcast. So it's this cyclical life cycle of content.
Yes, life cycle content. Did you get my twin telepathy message and dress the same color as me yet again?
Can I explain? I'm so sorry. I don't want to go on a second tangent, but I have got to explain because I did notice that we're wearing exactly what we were last week. But I went through a battle in the last 7 days. What happened? I found West Virginia not big into movie theaters. So I had to go
Yeah.
back to Virginia, found a Loudoun County one. It's not doing well. Great. I love this. If I buy a plastic bucket and bring the bucket like a weirdo from the parking garage, this plastic bucket, like I'm a little
Yeah.
5-year-old on an Easter egg hunt,
Yeah.
I can refill it twice for one payment of $5.99. I bought it for $17.99.
Isn't this the promo going on right now?
It has it printed on the side of the bucket. Expires on the 1st of 2027.
Oh,
Okay.
funny.
That, love it. Second promo, Tuesdays, $5 movies. No movie playing on a Tuesday will be more than $5 all day long. So I
Oh, so
went,
even after like matinee, like after?
there's in every movie, all Tuesdays, $5.
Wow. Dead
Even
zone.
from
That's cool.
Odyssey to that Brink of War that I
Wow.
did go see last. So
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yeah. So I finished work. It was almost like 7:30 on Tuesday. And I say, if I leave right now, I can make the only movie that's playing is Brink of War. Not a clue what it was, but I was like,
What
this is
was
the
it
only
called?
movie. Brink of War.
I saw a thing for it.
Gorbachev, tear
Oh, yeah.
down this wall. It's literally two dudes talking the whole time. There was no action sequence at all. In fact, they did not come to an agreement. Spoiler alert. So I skedad. It's 40 minutes from here to the theater. I make it with just enough time to get my $5.99 popcorn. I did pay for the soda. I do like a fountain, but thing was
Yeah,
also $5.99, which is ridiculous. Fine. Okay. Get there. Sit down. I'm a butter fiend. And
you
it's not
are.
real butter. I know it, but I'm just, I said put extra on. I found my own butter supplier. I'm doing this maneuver.
Yeah, yeah.
Where's Colonel? Right smack dab. Right smack dab. This is a nice shirt. I like this shirt.
Yeah,
So the whole movie, I'm thinking, what have I done to this shirt? And
because it's dark. You can't even see what the damage is.
the damage was ridiculous. So I get home as if a 5-year-old ate for the first time without a bib. And there's just popcorn butter, which is not real butter. So it's even far worse because it's just straight up oil.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. It was ridiculous. How one kernel caused so much
It
destruction.
must have been a cupping kernel, a kernel as a cup.
He had all three cups around the seed full of butter. So I go to Google it and they're like, listen, what is it made out of? The AI. Like, and I was like, it's like a polyester blend, cotton, and a little bit of span. I don't know. It's stretchy. And they're
Yeah.
like, oh no, what color is it? I was like purple. I was like, oh no, like AI takes on the burdens. They're like, here, I said I have shout and I have dawn. So it's like put shout on it, let it sit for 5 minutes, immediately wash it, cool. Oh, at the warmest water you want, but whatever you do, do not dry it. Bring this thing out of the washing machine. It looks phenomenal. But the AI said, do not dry it. So I let it air dry. That stain was still there. It
Oh
just,
no.
the dampness kind of blended it into the dark.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So I go back to the my AI brother then because we're in the field together, right? And it was like, listen, do you have Dawn power wash? And I was like, oh, Dawn dish soap, yeah. And it was like, take a light toothbrush
Yeah.
and just comb it into the fibers. It completely removes the stain. This
Yeah,
shirt has
Dawn.
come from the dead.
Dish soap. Because you was gonna be like, oh, gone,
I was like,
gone.
you know what? You gotta, the big thing about decluttering is if there's a stain, you must dispose. But I was
There's
like, that would be such a bum.
I wear things with stains still on.
Are you
I'm
looking
trying
for
to see
stains?
if this is one. No, I have a jacket that does have a popcorn stain, but
Listen,
he's
but did
locked
you
in.
dry it? Yeah, you can't dry. You can't dry the
He's been,
popcorn stain.
yeah, he's
The
gone.
popcorn stain is with you for life. Surprise. Okay. There you go. That's my twin twist. And I moved it to the front is Dawn dish soap as a stain remover specifically with oil. Let it set, run it through the washing machine as many times as possible. Do not dry.
Okay.
You can we can resuscitate them things. But who we are, we're Sugar Cookie Marketing Group. You can find a lot of this information at sugarcookiemarketing.com. What's upcoming? Corey sent me the Halloween class for the cookie class kits. I just posted the Ladybug class. If you're in the $2 transfer club, you've gotten all the Ladybug transfers and some other ones. If you're in the cookie class kits, you got the Ladybug class. And if you're in the cookie college, you got the Ladybug class, the DIY kits. I'm uploading a playlist today. Thank you, Heather Campbell Brookshire. And you have a bunch of freebie photos, of course, dropped in the college as well.
Yeah,
So
the Halloween class, stinking adorable. We will be teaching that myself because it's so stinking cute. It turned out so stinking Cute.
Now, the first 6 months of 2026, we had beginner to intermediate cookie class kits. Then the people weighed in and we want to make the people happy. And they're like, we want more beginner classes for the last half of the year. So now they have a good range. If you sign up for the cookie college, you got a good range of some intermediate classes that are cute. And then we went back to beginner with the caveat that Corey's allowed to add an extra icing bag color if she wants. And she did.
If
It
need
was
be, I
five.
can.
It was
Yeah.
five for the last
But
class.
this Halloween one will be 4.
Sweet, we're back to our roots. And the reason was, and you know what? I'll be honest, the intermediate, the more icing colors and the more designs is cuter. It is far
Sure.
cuter, but you cannot teach it in an hour and a half. So it is cuter. You could probably charge more per ticket, but you're going to appeal to fewer people because we're intermediate, so it's not beginner, and it's going to take more time, which pulls from your pockets.
Yes, pulls from your pockets. Diving now into the topic of which you guys actually are listening for, not Heather's popcorn.
And you know what everyone said? I'm glad I heard that.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
good. We're talking about big shoes battle. So back to our beginner series. When you enter a market established, an established markets, what's going to happen is there's people that have already been in that have started cultivating an audience.
Yeah, you'll see that, and probably they weren't on your radar before you even thought. Like, if once you did this as a hobby, you're like, oh, this is fun. Now that you're going from a hobby into a business, these people who've been around you selling for years and years probably weren't on your radar. But now that you're clocked in, it's like when you're buying a new car and you're like, I really like this car. Now you see it on the road everywhere. You're now going to notice that these people around you have been selling for a while, and you might click to their Facebook pages. They have quite a bit of a following. A lot of their posts get a lot of engagement. They're putting sold out on a lot of posts. And sometimes, often in the human brain, that can be just a tinge bit discouraging.
Not even tinge of it, massively discouraging. It's hard to break into an established market, to be
It
the little
is.
guy and to have no end in sight of little guyism.
Yeah, yeah. And I see so often with the little guy, the person who's just starting off, because we all were once those people. It's discouraging because you say, well, I posted my pre-sale and I got crickets, but so and so posted theirs and they're sold out and they're having to make extra days for pickup because so many people wanted them that you almost want to throw in the towel. And I see a lot of beginner bakers throw in the towel around these times because they feel that they're not good enough. People don't like them. They internalize things that maybe they shouldn't internalize, and they end up quitting.
I was
And
telling Corey, it sucks to suck. Like it sucks to
it's,
be new.
yeah,
It sucks to see somebody better than you, doing better than you, more popular than you, making more sales than you. And you're fighting not only the external battle of like nobody likes me, the internal battle of and I also suck.
yeah.
I'm pulling from my rug making experience. I'm having a mental battle. But as I said to Corey, she sent me a photo of a cookie she made. It was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. It was a disrespect to the industry as a whole.
It was, I was going through and organizing my photos as Heather preaches at us often. And I was in a good headspace that the things that I've made 6, 7 years ago, I'm no longer that person or that baker. I was willing to let go of a lot of my
Corey was sending me Snapchats. And finally I said, why are you hurting your own feelings, girl? You can't even
I
compliment
have
me.
to look in the folder to see if it has to go. And I said, well, I've made some Uggo cookies in my day.
So when you're new and you know the thief of joy comparison is stealing your joy, and you're
Yeah.
also trying to make sales, and you have that um, doubt that like I shouldn't be taking people's money, like that person's so much better than me. But you have to, we have to learn on the job. And I always tell people when in doubt, like that person who hired you saw your work and hired you, which is always important to make sure that we're showing the work we're capable of doing. What they
Yeah.
don't want to do is like, here, AI made this and I can't get close, but hire me. Okay, then you're
Yeah.
gonna have an issue. But back to the concept. When you're new, here's our point number one. You have an exceptionally small social media following. 5 years ago, I would have had a different strategy than I do today. The numerical following, and I saw this, if you're talking about what's coming in social media, Instagram is going to give people the ability to hide the follow count because it's such a vanity and useless metric at this point. The ability to go viral with no following is on the more attainable than it's ever been in social media.
Yeah.
Back 10
Yes.
years ago, and I've been in sales and marketing since 2020. I'm sorry, 2010, and now we're in 2026. So 16 years. back then it was like followers were all that mattered because nobody could see your post if they didn't follow your page. That was the only
Yeah.
thing. And a massive following, you could just easily buy 26,000 people. Like it was such a different environment. Now somebody can go viral and have 200 followers
Yeah.
and
Yes.
reach 2 million people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
What's
that,
crazy is going to what Heather's saying here. I see a lot of bakers that have small followings but will sell out. And it's because they have a lot of business believing customers behind them that maybe don't always get on social media. Maybe they're part of the PTA at the school and that's where they get their name out. They might be a part of a church and that's where the Sunday school, they all know about the cookies because they bring them every single week. Just because you have a small following count,
a following,
a
a
following.
fall, a wing,
Following.
fall, the season, a
That's
wing.
what I said. It's on the mind. Just because you have a small fall following count does not mean that you aren't good enough to sell out of things. I'm not going to lie to you. When you're starting out a business, it is hard to go sell out. It's hard to launch your first pre-sale and sell out of those things. That's for surely true. But just because you have a small following doesn't mean that you got to throw in the towel because, you have 25 followers or
Dude,
75 followers.
Peaky Blinders. I don't know what Peaky Blinders, but put the blinders on when you look at your competition's following count. It does not matter from a marketing perspective anymore. Yes, it is a little bit of social proof, but 200 and 1,500 in most of our minds, our audience's minds, is the same number. They
Yes.
have it's not below 10, right? They didn't start yesterday.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you've been posting consistently, you've been engaging, responding to, that is what matters. Now, like Corey posted this dumb meme yesterday, I thought was super funny. It was like, for a girl who has a lot of cookies, you certainly are doom scrolling. That post performed really well. And it's because it went viral on account. It was humorous, not because of how many followers it had. That post outperformed most of our sales posts.
Yeah.
And we can do that now. I know we always talk about the algorithm as this negative, keeping us hidden, hard to fight thing, but the algorithm also giveth. It allows somebody with a really small following to reach more people than their page even has following them, which was never an option 16 years ago.
Yes.
So that
Yeah.
small social media following, ignore the number, focus on quality consistency.
Yeah, quality content, engaging content. If you aren't a part of the Sugar Cookie Marketing Group, I just posted the September cookie content calendar.
Here we're getting two tattoos.
Yeah, two tattoos. I forgot to change one of the days. The cookie content calendar is just a free calendar to give you ideas of what to post to create engaging content. Engaging content wins out over having a big follower count.
Absolutely. I've seen million accounts with millions of
Yeah.
followers that have abandoned it. And it goes to show that millions of followers didn't pay the bills. If it
Yeah.
did, that
Yeah.
person would be posting every hour on the hour. So if you're like, I'm a new baker and there's a bigger baker and they're more established, and look, they have, some of these pages, they have 100,000 likes,
Yeah.
100,000 followers. Ignore it completely. It's irrelevant. It does not relate to reach. And even with a small hyper local following, you actually have a more valuable audience. But
You
again,
do.
algorithmically, forget your audience, forget that number and focus on quality local content that engages. And it is important now at this point to have all those buckets tapped.
Yeah,
Quality,
but
local, engaging.
yeah, that's the stuff to focus on. You don't have to focus on your follower count because the follower count doesn't pay the bills. It doesn't sell out the pre-sales. It doesn't order the custom cookies. So you can forget that. I'm releasing you from whatever that prison your brain was in. You can be small and you can be successful. Congratulations.
Small but big. I have seen, especially in the cookie college where we get kind of the war stories turned wins.
Yeah.
These bakers are like, hey guys, my mortgage was paid through cookie money and their page has 300 likes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
absolutely possible. So our point one is just ignore that social media following number. Focus on quality content. That's all you got to do. You don't, if somebody has 10 followers or 100,000 followers, it could be just as big as a threat or an inspiration to you as each other, right? Because it is the quality. The cake pop cart drama thing.
Yeah.
That girl went from nothing to 700,000. Last I checked, that was a month ago. So it's probably 800, 900,000. You can
Sure.
do that overnight. So you can see that this numerical valuation of yourself is irrelevant these days. Congratulations. It
Yeah.
used to be so relevant.
Ah, what a time to be starting.
What a time. Chronological, gone.
Yeah.
Only people can see post your followers, gone. Like you can
Yeah.
reach an entire audience without a ton of effort, just quality content.
Wow. Wow. Great. So yes, great, great for you. If you can't handle seeing that someone else's page is growing and yours is not growing as fast, put on the blinders. That's just telling you that you need to focus on your stuff. We don't know what's making their account grow. I know if you fart out a reel right now, you're going to get 10 followers.
Right.
Doesn't mean they're quality ones, but your page will grow. Doesn't mean it's growing the right way.
Just in that, and I know we're like, oh, guys, you have to get on camera now. For the new baker, like, I'm sorry, if you get on camera, immediately guarantee $10. In 10 years ago, 5 years ago, I couldn't say that.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive.
Time to be alive. So, wow. Great. Great to be starting out. Great to be small. Way to go.
Point number two, this one hurts a ton of feelings. In these community groups, which are a great way to grow your business, and somebody asks for the baker, they're all tagging that one person, and it ain't you. It's the
Yeah.
established
Yeah.
baker. The invisible hand of the market will actually play a hand here. That baker that's being tagged so much is booked out. They are
Yes.
high quality. They
Mhm.
produce a great product. People love them, hyper fans. They're able to reject leads.
Because they can't, they have two hands, 24 hours. They can't take them even if they wanted to.
I know.
Mhm.
So sometimes I see that baker that really went all in for 6 months. They're like,
Yeah.
"Well, I've grown my business. Now word of mouth is actually feeding me. I don't need that order from that person."
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't let that dissuade you. Let it inspire you. Something that the baker that's getting tagged all the time is doing is really working.
It,
I would say, okay, this baker's been tagged 5 times in 10 comments. Let me go to this page and reverse engineer that.
oftentimes what I find when that happens is I see these people are hitting the ground with marketing. They're going in person. They're rubbing elbows with people in real life. They're
Yeah, it's
creating relationships in real life. And that is then coming back to the internet and blessing them on there.
I know we talk about in-person networking with a
Yeah.
little bit of a disdain.
A little bit this
A
time.
little disdain. But what happens is when you go to in-person networking, specifically, I'm going to use a business networking international BNIs,
Yeah.
and then you have your local versions, and there's the chapters, right? Through
Yes.
the what am I looking for? That local one.
The
Uh,
collectives.
Yeah, we have collectives, but through the chambers, yeah. When you go there, the people there are all business owners. They're all trying to do the same thing. They also know referrals make sense, right? So why you may not make a ton of sales in the BNI, which you've made is a ton of loyal taggers.
Yeah. Referral network, as they call them.
Refill. And what did you say? Give some, get. What's their tagline?
A giver's gain.
Give some, get some. Yeah. So that person, and I see it in our area. Somebody who's going to a lot of the networking events gets a lot more tags, and deservedly so. They're hitting the pavement harder. They're actually boots on the ground, actual
Yeah.
walking, and they're able to go to these networking events and get those tags because they go there and they do that in-person connection. So if you've never been to a networking event, specifically a BNI, a bunch of business owners sit around a table and they each have 30 seconds to introduce themselves, and then someone gives a keynote, one of the business owners. You can attend, I'm not sure if this still stands, two of them for free, or you can be a stand-in for somebody who is a member and can attend. So
Yeah.
I've seen a great marketing tactic for that. If you don't want to pay the registration fee, because it's not cheap, depending on your area, is say, hey, anybody who goes to BNI and can't make it, I'd glad to be a stand-in for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think most of them include some free food, some pretty good breakfast.
Yeah, you're going to be a sub. And I know where they were cracking down because the people weren't joining. They were just subbing. Like,
Well,
I can't remember the rules. It's changed over the years, but it's great. You can still sub for people. So you'll stand in them, you'll give their 30-second speech, and then you'll give one for yourself. And that's the great thing about being a sub. You get to go for free. You learn a little bit about their business, and then they learn a little bit about yours.
and then you can say, hey guys, the biggest referral you could give me is tag me in a group. Okay, back to the lack of group tags, tag yourself. Don't
Oh,
just here's my admonitions. And if you see Corey, I see her constantly tagging herself. If you see Corey, it's a great rendition. It's a great example of how I think you should tag yourself. One, say it's you. That whole like, I hear that Heather Miracle's really great. And I'm Heather Miracle. Like, don't, it feels Wizard of Oz. Like, don't look behind that curtain. That's not me tagging myself and saying I'm great. Say, hey, I would love to take your order. Now, what I see Corey does is somebody be like, hey, I'm looking for a baby shower cookies for a white and blue theme. Corey will be like, hey, here's the closest theme I have. Again, quick on the draw, and that's why I know it's why she's labeling her own photography so she can pull it quickly. She'll be like, hey, I'm Corey with Mixing Bowl Cookie Company, and I have this much experience, and I'd love to work with you. In fact, I worked with somebody with a similar theme. Here is to give you an idea of what I can generate. I saw the other day someone had a corporate. They said, I'm ordering cookies for my company, and Corey pulls in that Coach said she did. Coach, really identifiable. We all know what coach purses are. And it's like, hey, I work with corporate. I can do your corporate order. And here's the quality of stuff. Now, Corey's tagging Mixing Bowl. She's writing a nice chunky post. She's including emojis. She's tagging her page. She's telling people how to contact her. And she's including a photo. All of that will start gaining you a little bit of ground. Don't be offended that everyone's still underneath you tagging this other baker. That other baker has been in the game longer.
Yeah. Yes. Sorry. Turning
I
my
have
heater
to know
up a
what
little
you're
bit.
looking. The heater on
Oh,
weather? The
it's
heater,
so
the
cold.
heater's on. Maybe your AC's too
Here's the
hot.
thing. I've been selling for the last 6 years. I have not always mentioned in the post. And I could be like, well, I'm going to go have a pity party. No one mentioned my name in the post. Or I can say, after these last 6 years, I'm booked out 2 months. My customers are probably busy raising the kids that I'm doing their birthday sets for. Who's got to be you have got to be the biggest fan of your business. It's
Mhm.
no poo poo party. I'm sad no one tagged me. No, you're tagging yourself. If someone else tags you, we're thanking them and then we're going to tag ourselves again. You can't get into the mindset that if no one likes me, I don't like me either.
You gotta be
That's
your
not
biggest
how
fan.
it works.
No one
Yeah.
likes me, but I love me, and they'll love you
Yeah.
too. People are gonna follow
Yeah.
your lead. If you have self-doubt, people are like, well, they don't seem confident.
Yes. And I know there's bakers around here. I live in a very baker saturated area, and there's bakers out there who are willing to get out and then their streets and go to the in-person networking, and they're tagged more. And I am not mad at them for that. I am disappointed in myself that I won't get out and do the same. So they're being tagged 3 to 5 times more than I have. Good for them. That
They've
should
done the
show
work.
me that I need to get out and do the same. And until I cannot be lazy and face my excuses, I'm going to just have to be the biggest fan of myself and tag myself. And I do not feel weird about that.
If you suffer from comparison thief of joy syndrome, consider that your business model and just the next cookie or over's business model are actually different. I know who Corey's referencing, and that baker has a completely different strategy. Corey's baked out 2 months for these high cost customs. If somebody's able to do Eddie prints immediately,
Oh, yeah.
they're not, you're not operating off the same business. Of course, like, well, I like those, but if someone's like, hey, I have availability this weekend and I do economies of scale, I'm able to charge less because I
Yes.
take on more.
Yeah.
That's a different business model. So to be like, poo poo, they're winning and I'm not, you have completely different business models.
You do. And to hold yourselves and be like, wow, they don't like me, they like them better. You two are in different races. One's doing a
You're like
half
taking something
marathon.
that wasn't personal and making it personal. Like you're
Yeah.
interpreting it as a value, a reflection of your value in the marketplace, and that's not what it is. For some reason, you wanted to hurt your own feelings, and I think it's because you believe you're not as good. So this confirms that, and that's a dangerous self-deprecation.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
love yourself, and then people love you. We all want to love somebody who's really confident.
Yeah. I think the way that I've overcome that is, am I the best sugar cookie baker in the area? No. Am I the best Corey sugar cookie baker in the area? Yeah. Yeah, I'm the only one. So I've been able to find confidence in my skill set that I have. And if you like the way that I decorate, I'm the baker for you because you like the way that I decorate. I've been able to overcome whatever that self-doubt is
It's rough.
because
It's rough because
yeah.
you're like the self-doubt pushes me to be better, but I don't want anyone to see that guy behind the curtain over there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that person that's like, I don't know, maybe I'm not good enough.
The
And
caveat is if they saw your work, they liked what you said, and they bought from you, they wanted you.
they wanted you. They wanted you. If you have people that are coming back to you that they ordered the baby shower set and now they want, the next set for the other kid and they've come back to you, they like you. They might not have the time in the day to tag you in the post in the local foodies group, but you're good enough because they've come back to you. They like you. They really, really like you.
So back to the first one, the small social media following is not even, it's a non-issue at this point. Don't even look at it. The no group tags, you're new, they're not. And you can be your biggest fan. There's always a guaranteed one tag in every thread, and it's you tagging yourself. But
Yeah.
I would go, I do appreciate when somebody's like, I'm this company and here's why you should hire me. That's how they sell. Instead of like, I hear Heather's really great. And that
Yeah.
covert, like I'm not confident enough in myself that I can't tag myself and be honest with you. So I'm going to start this relationship off in a weird pseudo lie. You know? Point number three, I have no email list. Great. Nobody does. We all start off at zero. And a lot of the bakers you're competing with do not have an email list and they're established, Corey being one of them. We all know we need to. And Corey's like, well, I'm booked out 2 months. I guarantee if Corey lost 2 months of work, she'd be suddenly having an
I'd
email.
be like, where's those emails I was looking for?
So I've been doing a little bit of research. There's the opt-in, the double opt-in. When somebody places an order, hey, do you want to be on my email list for the first one to get perks or freebies?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
people say that's a natural way to grow it. You got people who already experience you. Then you can grow your list through things like giveaways or freebies, right? So
Hmm.
in terms of digital downloads, that might look a little different than physical ones, but like, hey guys, I give away product. Feel free to sign up if you want to be on my taste testers list.
Yeah. Yeah. Great way to do it. Great way to
So
do
then
it.
we have people being reminded of you. Granted, taste testers, yeah, they wanted it for free. Not all those people convert, but there's a lot more people willing to sign up for your email list if you wanted to kind of give it like, a jump start.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and the benefits to the little taste tester list. When they get to taste test, you'll never guess who tags me in local groups. The taste tester list who never
Corey,
even bought from me.
Corey focuses on this. Now, she's gone about it different way. Instead of an email list, she's created a Facebook group, which is another lead gen source. It takes up a ton of time. There's a lot of management. It's a lot of riffraff. But in that group, because she's an admin, she's able to post on her sales Saturday post because we still follow the rules. I'm looking for taste testers. If you like the product, I'd love a review. And if you don't like the product, I'd love some feedback so I can go and tweak it.
Yeah. I say, if you want it, email me at blah, and I'll put you on my list.
Yeah, so these people did get it for free. They kind of get what the exchange here is, like be a fan.
Yeah.
Some people don't leave reviews. So Corey's like, it's fascinating to see people just take the product and run. But that's a part of the freebie mindset. The tire kicker, I'm not going to pay. The other half, though, is she'll get 3 reviews from it, and which I'm going to talk about in a second. But that email list, growing that email list for the taste testers. And I was just reading a book on it, creating a story brand, which somebody had texted in a couple of weeks ago about like, he was like, even if somebody doesn't open, if they saw your name and deleted without opening, their brain logged another touch point from you.
Absolutely. It's just another way. If Heather says it great. If the podcast was our only lead source and it was paying for everything of sugar cookie marketing, we'd only be doing the podcast. But
Mhm.
it doesn't. So there's the sugar cookie marketing group. There's the Wednesday newsletter. There's the podcast. There's the social media channels. There's blah blah blah. Because it's all
Like I'm gonna
encompassing.
say, it rarely are you gonna find one channel that pays bills. I wish, right? That's why the car dealership has a newsletter, and that's why the Bun Cakes has a newsletter, and you get a coupon, and that's why Marshalls and Michaels, who I can't tell apart, gives you 20% off. Like we
Yeah.
all have to create a cohesive approach to marketing because we need to hit all the bases. Because
Yeah.
some of our audience is here, some of our audience responds to this, some of our audience like the discount, and we want all of them, right? So no email list is just the sign to slowly start growing it. I had posted that the average industry open rate is 20%. 20%. So you could send out 100 emails, and if 20 people opened in them, you're right on target. Like you
Wow. But if you did not know that and you sent out 100 emails
20% is a failing grade.
and you're like, wow, they really hate me. I'm never gonna send out an email
My
ever
content is
again.
terrible and this is not for me. And that's what happens to a lot of it. 20% sounds like a failing grade. Like you're not even
Yeah.
close to 50%. You're so far from 80%. So you say, and I was Tembi, and she's always in the Vendy blend. She sells spices. She has slowly been growing her email list. And I'm on her email list because I bought some spices from her in a Vendy Blendy pass. And she says, my open rate is at 20%. It hurts my feelings, but every time I send it, it's 20% of a growing list. Means technically, if you had 100
Yes.
people this month and 110 people next month,
You've
20%
grown it.
represents more than 20 people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and the book also went to say that somebody unsubscribing your list is the most nice thing they could do because they're like, I'm going to just remove myself from the open rate
Yeah.
and
I want
remove
to
my,
talk about on point one where we said the follower count doesn't matter. And on this point, which I think is point three, if I'm correct.
you're a cracker.
Here's the thing. What you don't want to do is just grow this stuff because you think numbers matter. So, what I see a lot of new bakers do, going back to point number one, is they do this thing and they're like, you can support me today for free. Go to the top right corner, click the 3 buttons, click invite all, and you've just supported a business for $0. Here's the problem: those people aren't your ideal clients because you've just spammed them with the opportunity to follow you. And maybe the person who invited them, they're a real estate agent. And I'm like, oh, I want to be nice. So I'm going to follow this just to be nice because I want them to buy a house for me. I'm never going to buy cookies though. You have grown on the basis that these numbers matter. So when I see people go to these in-person networking groups, they do hand out either a piece of paper or they send a PDF of people's email addresses that
Mhm.
happen to be at the same thing. And I see what business owners do. They're like, ha ha ha, I'm an email grubby little person. Get my hands on those emails. And they put them into the sequence. But those people didn't opt in. They didn't want to buy cookies. Maybe you never even walked around and met these people,
But boy,
but
do
you
you have a nice little
commandeered
number.
you commandeered their email address and now you start spamming them. Hey, here's what I'm selling. Here's my pre-sale. Here's my back to school. We don't even know if these people have kids that are going back to school, let alone if they need cookies for back to school. And the
One,
problem is you've degraded both your follower count and your email subscriber list.
there's this thing. If there was no punishment for big numbers, who cares? Get your numbers right. But there is a
There
punishment
is.
for big numbers not acquired in the right way. And that's email deliverability. A big
Yes.
one.
And engagement ratios. Back to
Mhm.
point number one. But
And
email.
just the cost of subscriber lists.
Yeah, yeah. So Heather, cover that subscriber list cost and what it means when someone unsubscribes and clicks
Most
spam.
email senders, MailChimp, and I use SendGrid and even Flowdesk. I think Flowdesk operates differently, but a lot of the constant contact, right? You pay per subscriber within like a range. So
Yeah.
I think MailChimp is now, it's like so trimmed down under 100. It used to be under
Yeah.
500, it used to be under 1,000. So under this number, you don't have to pay, but you're limited in what you can do because they want to get you taste testing it.
Yes.
Because
They
they
want you to
know
like it.
your marketing, you're going to grow as soon as it crosses over 500, you're in a paid plan now because you can't send it when your newsletter list is
Yeah.
higher than their
Yeah.
minimum.
Their
So,
threshold.
so you buy this email list. Let's say you buy this email, you acquire it in nefarious ways, and you add it to their one. It's illegal, but two, you're now paying for the riffraff, the dead hangers. Like you're paying for people who never opted in, and will never buy. From the people who had opted in, if they don't open, still a win. They saw you. They wanted to
Yeah.
know. Corey and I were
Yes.
talking about it. I subscribe to newsletters, Steve Madden text messages. Why? And like, yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I can't bring myself to unsubscribe because one day I'm going to want something. Like
See, but you're still a valuable person
I
to
am.
them.
It's working on me. They're never getting me to buy from the text, but for some reason it's like so I was listening to the Donald Miller book, Creating a Story Brand, and he was like, I'll keep subscriptions around, not unsubscribe. I'm not ready to buy it, but I don't want to forget that they're there. And Corey's like, I do the same thing, and I do the same thing as well. Like I can tell you, like Cheryl's cookies, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
unsubscribe from you, buddy.
Yeah, but you know that you're somewhere in their funnel, you're top, you're high. But one day you're going to trickle down, and it's probably around Easter when they send out the discounted
I
cookies.
love the discount. And then coming up to the holidays, I don't know why I
Yeah.
love bringing a box of Charles over there and everyone's like opening the trash. Can I get some sprinkles on it? Yeah, so that no email list is just a sign to slowly and like I don't want to say ethically, but legally build it over time. And sending that newsletter, nobody opened it. They opted in and they didn't unsubscribe. Great. And they unsubscribed. Awesome. Just as awesome because they're not hanging on when they're not going to be a buyer.
Now explain where you've commandeered someone's email. They didn't give it to you. You've utilized it, and now they not only want to unsubscribe, they want to mark you as spam
I
lammy.
had to tell you, this is what I do. It's called email scraping. You can buy these scraping softwares that go through websites and comb out emails. So if you say, okay, I'm a marketer and I want to sell to kitchen remodelers, you'll tell the scraping software, find kitchen remodelers within my area. And the software
Yeah.
is really smart. And now with AI capabilities, it's able to be like, here's all the email addresses I found in the corresponding companies. Great, awesome. I have this really strong email list because I'm selling to kitchen remodelers, and these are all 100% open rate I should have.
Yeah.
Zero of those are opted in. So you're sending him an email blast. You're trying to hide that you're using a sender. And I
Yeah.
use like an app called Mailshake, would allow us to look like I've natively sent it to Corey, kitchen remodeler. In reality, I've sent it to hundreds and hundreds of remodelers. Well, Corey gets it. And let's say she's not born yesterday and she realizes she's now been added to this list against her will, but there's no unsubscribe. She is now built within Gmail, able to click a button that says report as spam and unsubscribe. What happens is that sends, she's tattletaling that she's been added to a list she did not opt into against her will, no ability to unsubscribe do not let this email get into other inboxes. Google, whose client is technically Corey, the end user they're able to serve ads to, says, oh my goodness, Corey's experience was worse because we let this email through.
Uh,
What are they going to do? They're going to stop letting that email through because it makes their end user, Corey, who's willing to look at the ads in her inbox, not check her inbox as often.
yeah, you'll never guess. Sugar Cookie Marketing has just a catch-all email, and it's like hello at Sugar Cookie Marketing. And the name on it is neither Corey nor Heather. It's Sugar Cookie. So it'll be like all the
Hey,
emails will be
sugar
like,
cookie.
hello, sugar. Hey,
Yeah, hello, sugar.
sweetie.
Give me some sugar. So we always know we're scraped when it says hello, sugar. And now with the advent of AI, where AI can be like, and I see it a lot when people are scraping the Baking It Down podcast, this podcast,
Yeah.
right? So it always ends up at the hello at, and it's like, hey, Heather, Corey, I really like what you said on last week's episode, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't opt into this. This is AI generated. And I think it's a form of disrespect. So that small email list is actually the most respectful thing you can email to. If it's two people, if it's five people wanted to hear from you in their inbox, which is an
Wow.
what?
If five people wanted to hear from you and four people opened, oh my gosh, those kind of grades I didn't even see in
Yeah,
school.
that is such a high open rate and one conversion. Like, wow. Um,
Whoa.
and I'll tell
Whoa.
you this, I'm going to tell you this right now. I've been doing this for like 5 or 6 years, 6 years. Is that most bakers do not have an email list. And if they do, they're not doing it frequently. So if you're a new baker, that's uncharted territory.
Uncharted.
It's
Uncharted.
a
And
low buy and win. And it's free
the
when you have a small list.
Yeah, the reason why bakers don't have the email list, one, there's a little bit of a learning curve. Two, you have to kind of market it to grow, so you have to have people's email addresses.
Mhm.
Three, you have to be consistent with it.
And then even before you have to provide content worth reading.
Yeah, so that's why it's such a instead of just I created a Facebook page, let me fart out a
Mhm.
post. Like there's a little bit more oomph to it, and that's why you see that bakers leave it on the table for right for the picking.
I feel like you're farting a lot in your end
Farting
there.
a lot.
This is
It's
the
my new
second
thing.
part
It
we've
makes
had.
Archer giggle when I say it, so I'm trying to incorporate it
Corey
more.
has these on, so if you didn't know. Yeah, so no email list, no care. Just start slowly growing it, stay consistent with it. What you don't want to do, and a ton of bakers, we're guilty of it ourselves, is don't have an email list. You have an email list and you're like, oh my goodness, it's the holidays. Hey guys, I know it's been 364 days, but can I get some of your money? Like you want to be kind of consistent, even if that comes down to just quarterly, which I don't think is out of the realm of
No,
people
I think
still consistent.
quarterly is great. Quarterly update. What I see a lot of people do is like, oh man, my books aren't filled right now, and I haven't emailed them in two
Go.
years. Hey guys, I'm desperate.
Blowing off the dust of that old email list. Hello, I come to you today.
You'll
Desperate.
find that the more consistent you are with your emails, you'll get fewer unsubscribers
Mhm.
because you've not left it on the table and people are like, who's this person again? What? I've moved away. If you're
To
on top of it,
put
people
it in
will,
comparison, Corey and I run the Wednesday newsletter. It's a full opt-in. Like it's not double opt-in, but it is not promoted. So you had to find it, you had to sign up for it. The only promotion we do is during the Vending Plenty. So
yeah.
sign up for the newsletter and then you get entered to win a door prize or something. We get unsubscribes guaranteed. It's something I'm like, it's not even an issue at this point. It just is what it is. And I have a 99% score. SendGrid gives you a score off of your email hygiene. 99%. I'm still getting unsubscribed. I'm getting spam reports because there's just somebody out there who doesn't realize they signed up for this.
Yeah.
I'm not scraping anything. So it's just par for the course. You practice healthy emailing, you'll get healthy email lists.
Mhm. But as a new baker, how discouraging to send out five emails and only have two of them opened. That would be enough for someone unlike you who would not do this to throw in the towel and say, I'm never going to send an email ever again.
Mm.
Don't do that
Time
because
in the
you
saddle.
wouldn't do that.
I was
Yeah.
telling Corey this rug thing. I spent forever this past week. I spent this last week making a rug for Corey, right? And I purchased a new tufting gun and I was trying lettering. I was really happy with it. And then I messed up something that wasn't even the lettering. Like I messed it up, and I'm like, oh man. But I'm like, we go down with our ship. I'm finishing the rug, and Corey will get whatever it is, and that's
And I'll
fine.
get, and you know what? Odds are I'm not going to even notice whatever this mess up is.
You might, but you're gonna be fine with it, okay? But that said, is it's just a time in the saddle thing. So to this month, you only have 5 emails. Next month, you have 8 emails.
Ooh,
In 6 years from now, at this rate, you're gonna have hundreds of emails.
yeah. Wow.
And you're gonna actually be emailing, which most bakers can't say they do. I know a lot of bakers, and that'll be my poll, my podcast poll today, is a lot of bakers have the email list, don't send the emails.
Yeah.
And and it makes sense for them. If Corey's booked out 2 months and she doesn't want to be booked out 3 months because she doesn't know what the third month is going to look like, she's allowed to not send the email. However, as a new baker, you have a whole landscape out there
Yeah.
untapped.
Yeah, landscaping.
Point four, you have no incoming orders. What a bummer. You're the new baker with no orders. Uh, and it's so funny. I see bakers like, I hate this client. I'm booked anyway. And somebody's like, this would be my dream. It would be my dream to reject an order because I didn't like how somebody talked to me. When you're a new baker and you have no orders, it's just how small startups work.
Yeah. Yes.
You
Yeah.
have more time to create more content. The baker that's booked out with that 20 dozen, I've seen some people with some wild dozens that they sell. They get these
Yes.
massive corporate orders for this massive event. They have no time to make that TikTok.
They don't.
They're not
They can't
capitalizing on
do
those trends.
that trend. They
Uh-uh.
cannot do it. They are too busy rolling out dough right now. But what you do as the new baker is have more time on your hand. And if you just listen to the past points we just talked about, you can get on your social media and you can create content that will reach people that don't even follow you. What an opportunity. And if they like you enough, they'll follow you. Oh my
Mhm.
soul. Yeah,
Yeah.
what a great thing.
So you have no incoming orders, but you have more time to acquire incoming orders. That is
Yeah.
the invisible hand of the market, keeping us all honest. It's
You
keeping it
have
fair.
time to monitor all the group posts
Yeah.
and you can put yourself in each and every single one. You
Yeah.
have the time on your hand. When those posts goes up, your number two comment. First comment was the lady being like, correction, I need it for this day. Your second comment. I can do that because you have the time on your hand. You have the time on your hand to learn an email sender. You can create a really cute email that like has cute graphics at the top that isn't just text and boring because you have a little bit more time on your hand. And then to this point, you have more time on your hand. Create the cookies to give away to grow the email list to get the referral. You have the time is on your side.
I agree. I agree. And so no incoming orders also gives you the time to get your skill set up.
Yeah.
By the nature, by the nature of being new, you are not as good as someone more established. And that's a compliment because you're doing something new, you're learning a new skill. Your brain, as my dad say, the neurons haven't connected yet.
Yeah.
Your neurons are still connecting. You have the time to up those skills. So yes, that baker that is better than you. And it's not like a negative thing. I know we live in this like kumbaya, everyone's good. Look, no, there's a baker that's better than you. They've been there longer. That makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am not good at rug tufting, but I can put the time in. I'm downstairs. It's like 9:30 at night. The cats are meowing. I'm shutting the door. And I'm like, I'm going to be bad for a period of time. It's just how it works.
When I was going through my old photos that I was snapping to Heather, I actually re-experienced the feelings. I hadn't seen these pictures in years. And I'm opening them and
I've
I
never
said,
seen them.
wow.
That's how bad they were.
Yeah, I know. I said, wow. I remember the feeling I had when I made this cookie. I was on top of the world. I said, I can be no better. This is the best. But I've gotten so much better over the years. But it was the practice in the saddle, taking the photos, struggling. My icing wasn't perfect. It didn't and it was that. But I just remembered the win I thought. I said, oh my gosh, my hands made this. If looking back, I'm like, look at her, this, my hands made this.
And it's just time in. And I love to be able to tell you to cut and taking the classes and stuff that helps, but it is time in the saddle. It is failing forward. It is smudging, icing bleed, crying, tears, gnashing of teeth
Yeah.
to be that baker where somebody new is like, oh shoot, I should quit there. Look at them. And you
Yeah.
will become that baker over time.
Yeah, and if you cut yourself off at your knees just because you aren't established, you're newer, no one tags you in a group, you have no email list, the orders aren't rolling in. Wow, you have cut your nose to spite your face. It's that little graphic and you see the one guy, he's got a little pickaxe and
Yeah, I know
he's
exactly. And
going
the other,
towards
they're going through a diamond
yeah.
mine. One guy's like has all the enthusiasm, and one guy's already quit, but he's got one sliver of wall left to
Yeah.
hit the big payload, pay dirt.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a mental thing. If you can celebrate your small wins. Wow, you got one order on the books for December. Congratulations. That's one last December you couldn't even imagine you had a
Yeah,
cookie
last December you
business.
didn't even have the mixer.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can get someone to subscribe and you have an email list of 7 people, congratulations. 4 months ago you didn't have a list at all. And
Small
it's so
wins are
easy.
still wins.
The comparison is the thief of joy. And that's why I see when bakers post, wow, sold out. You can look at that and you'll be like, well, they're so much better than me. Maybe their sold out was 10 cookies. Maybe they were like, I only have enough time for 10 cookies and that's their sold out. But you're like, wow, I sold 20 and I didn't sell out. I was really trying to get to 50. Do you see where if you're only know half the story, your brain is filling in the part you don't know and it's making you look bad?
Even that, okay, let's say they sell it, they're fully booked. Like you could only dream of that. They just dropped out of being your competition. They're
Oh,
sold out. You're not.
yeah.
Look them. You
Yeah.
have one
All
less
the orders
person
they
trying.
can't take got to be taken
Oh,
somewhere, my
yeah,
friend.
buddy. So the guy who sold out and he only sold 10, and the guy who sold out and he sold your dream number 50, both of them are no longer selling. They're sold
Yeah.
out. So
Yeah.
you
What's
have,
so funny?
again,
There's this corporate order and she always orders late and she needed to order late again. I did not have any room to take her. And she's like, hey, I tried to order. I said, I'm so sorry. I am booked for that day. She went to another baker and I saw it and I said, at first my heart was like, ah, she would choose another baker
Mhm.
over me. No, girl, I was booked. She wanted to have cookies there.
Yeah.
She's gonna get something. I said I was booked. She went to another baker. That's the nature of the beast.
Which
Someone
is so
else.
wild. It's like Corey cultivated this entirely. They had a long-standing relationship, and you can still get that lead
Yeah,
from a long-standing relationship by just being
yeah,
available, which by the nature of being new, you're more available. Now work on your time and production, and that's time and out. There's no way to cut that out. Yes, you can take a class, but you'll have to also spend time and
yeah.
effort in taking that class. And I'm there with the rug thing, and I'm like, shoot, like I made one mistake, it ruined the rug. We're still doing it. We're going. We're doing
Yes.
it live.
Yeah.
Point five, and we talked about this, no reviews. The more established baker, again, we're coming that blend of the numerical representation of followers and review count and email list versus the what it represents. Somebody could have 100 reviews, but they were from 4 years ago. They're actually counted in the consumer's brain as nothing. Where
Yeah.
were the reviews for the last 4 years, right? Did you
Yeah.
quit? Did you
What
stop?
happened to you for 4 years? Were your cookies
Yeah.
sucky for the last four?
So you can have 5 reviews, and that's still a great number if they're current. So we did a collab earlier this year to get a review that had the timestamp of this year, 2026. It is hard to get reviews as a small business unless you have kind of a big strategy or campaign around it. So we did the campaign strategy of marrying a collab with getting reviews, and it was able to get a lot of people, just even one timestamp that said review left this year.
Yeah.
That
So
helped. So
imagine your biggest competitor. She's been baking for 14 years. She's so busy. Great. Glad for that. That she's let her reviews profile kind of slip. The reviews, her latest one is from 2023. You got a review from your aunt Lindy, who ordered her baby shower cookies from you, and she left a review, and it says August 2026.
which do you think in the consumer's mind is more important? 2023 or 2026? It's going to be 2026.
It's going to be the 2026. Yes, the lady has 100 reviews from years gone by. She's going to make sales. She's probably still posting consistently. But you, the new baker, has a fresh, honest to God, good review. It's going to benefit you. I promise you.
It also kind of works in ratios. Like the baker with that fully booked 6 months is going to have more reviews. They're touching more contact points with clients.
Yeah.
You, the new baker who is doing this as a part-time to a full 9 to 5, who only does it in the dark of the night. Yeah, one review, 2 reviews. That's going to be a ratio of the same representation of time in, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Reviews are great. Focusing on reviews is a lot of, and now that we have not sentient yet, but we have AI that's able to interpret text. It's quite different than 2 years ago where we were using keywords in reviews. But now the AI is able to say, here's a recommended a 5 star, and it can pull from 2026. It's going to look a
Yeah.
little different. It's always shifting. And thank goodness. And how horrifying at the same time.
Yeah. Horrifying
Always
for
is.
the lady that's been doing it for 14 years,
Yeah.
who hasn't had a
So
review since 2023.
you can see that we focused a lot in this list on vanity metrics, having a big social media account, getting tagged a lot in groups, getting a lot of reviews, having a high. Those are called vanity metrics because they're braggadocious. Like, look, Sugar Cookie Marketing Page has 120,000 followers. How great and big are we? But you see, our engagement rate is 10 likes per sales post. Well, I'm not going to leave at the 120,000 followers. I'm going to say we're trying to grow likes per post and conversions per post, right? So vanity metrics, and I wouldn't discount that having 0 followers isn't going to hurt you. It is going to
Yeah.
hurt you, right? But having 100 and versus having 1,000 within that range, it's very small increase per social proof of that. Really, we want to see that you're established. I'm seeing a couple of different things. Do you have reviews? When was your most recent post? Are you engaging with comments? Are people upset? with you, do you have some followers? Yeah, that's a part of it. But is your quality content showing me your actual work?
Yeah,
And I know how to order from you, and I know what your refund policy is.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're available to talk to when I reach out to you. Do you respond?
Hmm.
Are the photos that you're using a representation of what my the work will look like when I order from you? All those things, that's what really truly matters.
Yeah, it's something to keep in mind. So you are able to get more market share than you realize as long as you don't get in your own head. And you put the time in. And I wish there was a shortcut. I wish we could tell you just press this button and you don't have to do any of the work and you get all the money. No, unfortunately, you gotta suck to be good.
Yeah, I there
Sucks to
there's
suck.
no way around it. So when someone's like when a page starts and it's like how I made $1 billion in my cookie business, I'm like, wow, this account started yesterday. I know that there is something that is untrue behind there, and it's so discouraging because I'm gonna like a new baker's gonna look at that and they're gonna be like, that I didn't make $1 billion yesterday. What did I do wrong?
Uh-huh.
Not
Just
for
buy
me.
this course for 19.99 and I'll tell you.
Yeah.
So yeah, really to recap is a small social media following can be just as powerful as a large one these days, thanks to the algorithm. No group tags, tag yourself and go hit the pavement. Go to those networking events if you can find them. A lot of them are free. Point three, no email list is just an indicator to slowly grow your emails. Don't focus on that number. Don't even focus on the open rate. Deliverability. If I sent 10 emails, did 10 make that inbox? Great.
Yeah.
Of that 10, did five open? Awesome. Of that five, did one buy? Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Talk about a successful campaign. No incoming orders. You have the ability to learn more. You have the ability to make more content and acquire more orders. The baker that's fully booked has no time. They're being burnt from both ends.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they're going to
Wow.
increase their price and you're able to compete on a lower price until you're
Yes.
able to. And we always say, somebody's like, someone joined my area and they're charging too low. Just give it a second. Just give it a second.
Just give it a minute.
They're going to
Just
catch
give
up.
it a minute.
The
Yeah.
invisible hand of the market spanks as well.
Yeah.
Uh, and then I have no reviews. Well, you could do what Corey did. She creates these taste testers. And then she gets three reviews from that too. Actually, that's a better number than getting 20. If you get 10 reviews or 20 reviews in one small stint, they're going to delete them. They're going to be screened out.
Yes.
Getting one or two, awesome, awesome. Getting one or two over 12 months, we're looking at 24 reviews. Perfect.
Oh, delicious.
Delectable. So that is the tips today. If you're a new baker, don't be discouraged. You have an edge that the seasoned time in the saddle baker doesn't have. You're also still
Yeah.
bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Yeah, you've got that twinkle in your eye.
You have that innocence still.
Yeah, you're when I see a baker says, if you approach me like this, consider the conversation done. I'm like, okay. Yeah, you're edging yourself out of the market a little bit, and it creates the space for the new baker to come and take some market share
That one baker that's so established with so many leads that they're able to complain about their audience.
to their
Invisible
audience.
hand of the market, invisible hand
Yeah.
of the market will solve that as well. Because Corey, I was saying to Corey, like, I want to go to this place, but what if they don't like something I did? What if they leave a bad review? And Corey's like, it's almost worth finding a replacement.
Yeah.
Just for the fact that you don't know if this person I've engaged with it was B2B is going to be upset by something I did they didn't like, and they're going to go to their audience and just read me. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, no way.
So
So there's room for you at this table that we call the sugar cookie baking industry. Never feel that you are too small to sit at the table with the old folks. You're not. There's always room for you. All you need to do is get the mindset and the mental confidence to say, "Hey, I'm here. Where can I sit?
mindset.
Where's my name tag? I'm Corey. Hello."
Don't infer that no seat there means you're not welcome. Infer and I was listening to like a relationship podcast and he was like, infer that everyone had the best of intentions, even if they don't know they're like everyone wants you to succeed. So you look at the table, this proverbial table, and it's packed, and you're like, there's no room for me at the end. Like, no, assume that they didn't see you walk in, just ask for space and see if somebody pulls up a chair. That perspective shift will make you lethal.
Yeah, there's
Will
this
be.
newer baker to this area. And we don't necessarily run it. She does cake pops. Probably that's the only crossover that we have, maybe macarons, but she doesn't do sugar cookies. I she reached out to me and she said, "Hey, I would love to refer people to you." And I said, "I'm so sorry. Are you human? Because how are you this nice? You are the secret ingredient. You're so sweet."
And
And what she
imagine that.
did, she said, "Hey, I would like a seat at the table." And I said, "Well, girl, here's a seat at the table." So now when I see her around town in the groups, I've never met her in person. She is. I'm like, wow, let me tell her. Does
Uh-huh.
she do that? I said, do you do brownies? And she's like, yeah, I do. And I'm like,
Right.
wow, I've never met a brownie maker. That's great. She assumed the best in me.
Uh-huh.
And
There's
I
a
said,
baker that
wow.
says that's a table, and I think there's space for me to pull up a chair. And there's a baker that says, wow, they made that table small on purpose so I couldn't sit there.
I know. I
You
know.
know?
I never want to be at the small table on purpose. I want
You'll
to be at the
lose and
big
then you'll
table.
quit, and we don't have to worry about it anyways because your negative mindset was actually the biggest fumble. It was in competition.
Yeah, yeah. She doesn't do sugar cookies, so she can refer me. If she does do sugar cookies one day and gets booked, she can still refer me. She doesn't become public enemy number one because she, becomes a sugar cookie baker. There's
Hmm.
still room at the table for the people down the road, the people next to you, those people that we've had competitors of us come to our cookie classes so they can see how we run it, so they can do it themselves. Congratulations.
Uh-huh.
That's
There's
another avenue.
plenty of room. Yeah,
Ooh,
and
thanks for
there,
paying me a little bit and coming to mine.
yeah, that's great. Yeah. So that caps us. If you're new, there's just a ton of market share for you. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. If you go to these group where these seasoned, burned, angry, mad bakers, and you're like, should I start? They're going to tell you no.
Yeah.
Don't listen to them. They want to tell you no because you're their competition. So
Yeah.
don't listen to them. Come to the
Yeah.
sugar cookie marketing group and ask that. If you always say, they always say like you can't ask the fish how the water is. It's all he's ever known, right? So if you can't ask the negative baker if it's a good time to start a bakery, they're just saying no. They
Yes.
have a negative mindset. They're not the
Yes.
person to take advice from. Um, moving on to the Cookie College. The Cookie College, we're working on I just dropped the Ladybug course, very cute, the Ladybug Cookie Class Kit, and then working on the Halloween one. If you're in the transfer club, all those transfers have been added for you. If you're in the digital downloads last week, super cute. I'm going on with a thank you series of digital downloads products. My thought is come the holidays, where your clients are looking for ways to find cute ways to thank their home care teams, right? It's kind of
Yes.
weird to
Yeah.
give like the UPS guy a $5 gift card. Like
It's
five
weird
dollars
to
is
give a $5 cat. Like they're not one. Your trash can people, the trash people can accept cash. I think UPS technically or USPS can't technically accept cash. So a cookie gift is where a
yeah.
lot of people do end up.
So we're coming up with a series. The first one was thank you to the trash man. I always find that we're trying to thank the trash man. I gotta apologize to mine because I had the recycling mixed up for a
Yeah, you
while now.
better. You
Right.
better.
Yeah, I'll probably if you bake those, I'd buy some for me.
Oh, okay.
So then we did mail guys. We had a mail carrier, a woman in the cookie college. Her husband's a mail carrier, and she's like, "Oh, he loves this kind of stuff."
Oh,
To be
nice.
thanked at the holiday. So it's
Yeah.
a smiling mail
I
if
will
you got a
say,
KY style.
I had a mail lady for a long time. She since I guess maybe retired or got a new route, but I did thank her with cookies and I did a gift card. And then all of a sudden, all my boxes always ended up at my door.
How can you not love to be thanked, right? And then come to the holidays, where's that natural time? Then this time we did a cleaning. So I did a cleaning bucket with the
Yeah,
glove and the sponge with the
it
greeny
was
weenie.
cute, cute, cute.
Yes, and I'm not sure if I'll keep the series going, but we have three of these digital downloads now. If you're in the Cookie College, you get all those, or you can purchase them individually. But the concept is, I think it'd be perfect for a pre-sale come the holidays. So, like, hey guys, if you're interested in buying this for the
Yeah,
trash man, put this down pre-sale, and then depending on your cottage laws, whether you can attach the gift card or not, you can give them the cookie tag that matches. Did you see the pun on this one?
what was it?
Thanks for being so sweet.
Oh, so
Going
sweet. That's adorable.
And then the trash man says, thanks for keeping it clean. And then the male one said, thanks for going the extra mile.
Oh, that's adorable,
Right. So you
adorable.
can find all of that at thecookiecollege.com. We're under a bit of construction. Again, always keeping it fresh and new for our clients because our goal is that you love the content here and it adds value to you. So we're doing a little bit of we're calling it a blueprint. You're going to love it.
Yeah,
We're
pardon our
everything.
dust. We're remodeling.
It says that on the website now, partner desk for remodeling. So that's coming. Again, we always want to make sure that the Cookie College gets everything and they love what they're getting.
Yeah.
So just kind of cleaning up so people don't feel so overwhelmed and it's a better onboarding process.
Yes.
Love
Yeah.
that. Our gossip. Yeah, I'm just in other groups just reading the goss. But I saw this interesting one. You know, the cake pop drama on TikTok has created so many people starting cake pop carts
I
or
saw that.
carts.
People were like, "Oh, I saw the drama. Let me have a cake pop cart."
Which is always funny. It's like, all news is good news or no news is good news or bad publicity is good publicity. Like, wow, the drama around K-pop, people are like, yeah, I think I can do this. Like,
Yeah.
it's always interesting to see the wave of marketing that's born
It's so, yeah. And
from it.
oh, my computer's battery's about to die. Keep talking. I'm so sorry. I
Oh,
gotta get my
crazy. So,
charge.
anyways, in the in another group I was reading, this woman had a cart. It was a treat cart or something. And you don't, when you have these carts, they're always typically unmanned, depending on your cottage law. Again, you've got to go back to that cottage law because it's easily get reported if you're violating those cottage laws, because just send an email to the agricultural department in your area or the HOA. Anyway, she had an unmanned cake pop cart of sorts and went to the money bin to see what money she'd made from the sales or whatever. And somebody had put in, this is my third time trying your cookies from this cart and they taste terribly. Just a recommendation that you would try these before you sell them next time, which is just wildly offensive. But that, and it's the cilantro argument. Like this person used almond extract, which to some people tastes like soap. It was just, if we're talking about gossip, like that would be like, oh my goodness, I can't believe somebody
I
did
couldn't
that. Just go buy
imagine.
from
So when I do those review things, and I'm like, yeah, and if you love what I do, leave a review. And if you don't,
them.
please give me the feedback quietly via email. I'll work
Corey
on it
did
in the
that,
future.
and her next door neighbor, I think, was like, oh yeah, here's everything I hated about it. Like she was doing what she was asked. She wasn't really saying what the motive was, but she was like, yeah, I really think like I didn't really like this, and this is a little like,
Yeah, I don't really like sweets. I didn't like the double layer of the icing.
it was
You,
honest.
you
It
can't
was
win them all, friend. You
it was
can't win
honest
them all.
feedback. Yeah, so the drama at these ones with these unmanned treat stands of sorts.
Yeah.
They one in some of these groups, I could join the farm stand group. Like
Yeah.
half of these are on wheels because they're trying to get around the fixed structure
Sure.
restriction. And they'd
Yeah.
be like, someone took the whole stand.
Someone
We're
rolled
like,
it
where'd
away.
you taking it to? People stealing the money, the money box.
Yeah.
People stealing product.
That would be what I would be scared of. But I live in a very condensed area. And when you have more people, you have more crime. I would be
Okay, but
worried.
think of this like theft, right?
Yes.
But theft is going to remove money from your margin. Like they're moving your money, literally product,
Yeah.
but inventory. But like you're also not manning the stand, so you don't have your labor cost at the stand. So
Yeah.
you could
Yeah.
factor in that. Like always like there's within like the Walmarts and even the Targets, like there's an allocation for theft. Like they know that but when that number exceeds a certain thing, then you have theft prevention.
Yes. Yeah. You
What
have
I
like
would do
people
is
who
I would hide behind the stand and tackle somebody if you suspect them of stealing anything.
well, what I saw some people doing, and I don't know how you would do this, is they were doing those Ring doorbell cameras on the
Okay,
stand.
Corey and she loves these pop-up holiday markets. They
Oh, I
have
love them.
they're policed by these ring things, but they're inside. Now the external one, depending on like, some more rural areas have really long driveways.
Yes.
What if somebody stole the ring camera? Like
Yeah.
you're gonna
Here's
be
my one issue is there's these and they're called like these collectives and they happen around the holidays and these small vendors can pop up in a big store and they have with one singular checkout where you can go and check out from all
I
these different
love Corey
businesses.
loves the concept of them because you get to go to these tiny
Shop small
artisans.
in
I want
one
to call
building.
artisans, and they're all like handmade stuff. So it
Yeah.
is that like gift of like,
It's unique stuff. It's unique
yeah.
stuff.
I mean,
I
we're talking about like 20 or 30 vendors in one
Yeah.
defunct
You're
IKEA.
able to shop small business in one spot. I love it.
And
The one thing I will say when I walk up to someone's small little vendor thing and I see like a giant camera in my face, I do feel awkward shopping there because I'm like, are they staring at me right now?
the
Like
red
I'm not going to
light.
steal anything, so I'm not worried about it. But it's just having is someone like, like if the red thing pops on, did
In
say, "Hmm."
these, I have these Casa home ones. I bought them forever ago on like a Prime Day deal,
Yeah.
but I can have it track human and it'd be like
Yeah,
imagine if you
that's
go
what
there,
is weird. I know there's theft everywhere. My husband's a police officer. It's literally he texted me today and said, "Lock your car. All those cars are being stolen."
It's interesting. Corey's husband's a police officer and he works with, the Targets and the Wegmans and the Walmarts. And you were telling me that he said, yeah, Walmart or Target will like get you on camera 3 times stealing something to prove that so like the first time you the plausible
What
deniability, I
what
forgot.
Target wants is they're tallying up the amount that you're stealing because over a certain dollar amount, it turns into a felony.
Is it over
And
500, 1,000 in
I
Virginia?
cannot remember.
It's something. you could get there quick with some makeup. Like,
Yeah, you could get there quick, but here's the thing, they want to prosecute to the fullest extent of the law, so they're tracking you. They're
they're
tracking
tallying you
you.
up.
Yeah, not talking about randomly the flock cameras that are big deal. Where we live has gotten these flock cameras, but now
Even
my
here in
husband,
old West Virginia's got some in front of the Lowe's.
yeah, it was funny. My husband had to deal with them yesterday.
Really?
Someone stole someone's Kia Soul, which
Oh,
is
they
a
they
that
chose to steal a
they
soul.
they,
They
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 stole
didn't
some
accidentally
stole
get
some
bequeathed
soul.
this.
Yeah. The thing is, the flock camera was tracking this car going back and forth down one road. Like he was driving his errands around. But the flock camera was the one who got the car back. So he
Oh,
abandoned it when he found that the police were following him. So they got their
yeah.
car back. The guy was super happy about it. And I said, well, either people love him or hate him. I don't know.
You love him when you need him. You hate him when you're
Yeah.
big brothered by him. It's always the argument of if you're doing nothing wrong, you should be okay with them. But it's like, I'm sorry, if you come back to the movie Minority Report, where they're predicting that
Yes.
you might do something wrong and then Tom
Yeah.
Cruise how to get
You've gotten one
arrested.
step closer to whatever.
Yeah.
Highly, I can't remember if the movie has any like questionable scenes, but that was a great premise of a movie.
Yeah, it's great. And if you're, and that's from the 90s, and now we're in the 2026s, and that'd be an interesting watch. Oh, my camera went down. I gotta switch cameras.
Oh
We
no,
have
yeah,
been
you're frozen with a.
yapper
At least you're
wappering.
frozen with a smile, my friend. Frozen with a smile. Oh.
So much. Moving on, upcoming events. Sugar Cookie Marketing's birthday is October 21st. That's in 8 weeks. Vendy Blenny's in 13 weeks. Someone has asked when we're opening up vendors because they're like, one time we did in August. That was when we increased the discount. Now that we know
Yeah.
it's feasible, I'm going to move it to September.
Yes.
That said, if you're listening and you want to buy, our tagline for the Vendy Blend this year is save 25% in 24 hours. That's it. So all you need to
25.
know is that for 24 hours, you save 25% on some of your favorite stores and discover new ones.
We
It's a
should
lot of
make
fun.
the Vendy Blendy 1 hour less. So save 24 and 24.
There's 24 hours in a day. Oh, make the percentage less.
Or
Add an hour to the vendor budget.
yeah.
Get it? So 25%, 25 hours. Major upcoming holidays. Labor Day, not a major holiday, but it kind of is the shift towards the fall hustle
Mhm.
Q3, Q4, which is our big Super Bowl. That's in 2 weeks. The NFL season, big platter DIY kit holiday. It kicks off literally in 2 weeks. Canadian Thanksgiving, our American neighbors, 7 weeks. Is Canadian Thanksgiving celebrated like it is up here? Like
It is.
Thanksgiving?
It is.
Um, thanks for you, my Canadians. Halloween is only 10 weeks away, which feels rather close. Veterans Day, 11 weeks. Don't see a ton of sellers for that, but it does bring in some like platter type sales. Thanksgiving and Black Friday are also in 13 weeks. Black Friday being the day of the vendor day blender.
Vendor Day Blendy.
The blend of the vend. So I see the shops gearing up for it. I see people starting to pendy for it. I'll make another post about it. Tell Me About It segment is sponsored by Cookie Design Lab. They're actually a Vendy last year too, but they're on a sponsor. If you use code TWINS, you get 15% off. I saw Corey's shaking hands. Corey's experienced bamboo spaghetti for the first time.
I
You have to
did.
pop that cherry.
Jarring to come up to
If
some
if
spaghetti.
you're not a 3D printer owner, haver, slave, when adhesion fails, which means the printer melts plastic filament, like
Yeah.
and it glues it glue sticks it to the print bed.
Hmm.
If adhesion fails because your trembling fingers touch too much your print bed and your oil's got on it, what happens is the printer's supposed to turn itself off, but occasionally it doesn't know it failed. It believes in itself too. It's failing forward. And it'll just continue to print, but it has nothing to stick to, so the print comes out like spaghetti. The printer thinks it's printing your cookie cutter. It's just printing in the air.
He don't know. He don't
So
know.
Corey came in and I got an immediate Snapchat with the caption, "What do?"
Yeah.
I called her, she didn't answer, so she threw her phone across the room and ran away, I guess.
Well, AI was a little bit faster than Heather, and it was like, you've touched the print bed, girl, go wash it.
If you're hearing this, you're like, oh, I touch the print bed all the time and I don't want this issue. Don't go and grab your greeny weenie and scour that. Just a light run. I like to dab it down dish soap. Let it like I take my light finger and just barely whisk the
Yeah.
top of it with my fingers. Then I let some warm to hot water, depending on the heat. We don't want to melt or warp the plate, but I let some warm water kind of cascade over it.
I'm gonna tell you the heat plate that what it's heating up to even do this whole thing, it
That
can
tells you.
handle. any water
Yeah,
you put
I
on
just
it.
we just don't want to be crazy. We don't want to be
We
crazy.
don't want to wrap it. We
There
don't want to
is a
wrap it.
finish on these print bed plates, so
Yeah,
you
I'm
can
sure.
scrub it off, technically.
Yeah, so it just says your hand. I actually put a glove on because I said, why would I bring my hand oils back into the mix?
Oh,
So
but I mean, I'm washing it. I use a glue stick to have some under PTSD. I use a glue
yeah.
stick all the time. That glue stick gets super gunked up.
Oh, I'm
I'm washing
sure.
this thing off all the time.
Oh, okay. That was my first
Mm,
wash.
yeah.
Eh,
If you have adhesion fears and you come from enders, you might be like, I shouldn't be using a glue stick. It gave me a glue stick. Like
yeah.
Bamboo gave me the glue stick. I mean, I don't think they include them anymore. You can buy them. Anyways, Cookie Design Lab is how Corey's designing those cutters that she's printing like a fiend. What'd you print off this morning?
What is crazy is I have a pretty cool set coming up for a corporate order. It is a skincare, medical skincare grade brand. And
Oh,
she says, I want my logo and I want these bottles. And I said, say no more. I have Cookie Design Lab to help me design it. So I got the bottles from their website, put that into Cookie Design Lab. It created a cutter in 0.02 seconds, got the STL, printed it, and it is ready to go.
get it, girl. Get it, girl. And corporate orders are always upticking in Q3, Q4 as well. You can get corporate orders by going to those networking events as well.
Mhm.
Our texting question, we have one from the 717. Hello, twins. Thanks for the entertaining podcast and your post. Well, thank you so much. I always look forward to them. I was just watching your boot camp on 3D printing. I wonder if you can talk about the ethics of using random clip art and making it into a cookie cutter. Are there rules for that? Also, have you used AI to generate STL files from clip art or AI generated images? This is a very interesting question. So, and it's the AI argument. Who owns the AI artwork? Well, AI's generation, its generative abilities comes from the work of other humans. That's
Yeah.
why you have that. Well, the AI flower conundrum. Well, that's coming from the work of other humans. Or AI created artwork. Well, that's coming from other humans, but AI slapped its name on it. So who truly owns it? A million humans that no one can cite their work, or AI, whatever. The
Mhm.
thing is, if you didn't create the IP, you don't own it. So the intellectual property, if you didn't create the clip art from Canva, you technically don't own it. And Corey and I were just talking about this the other day. Those people going to the cutter shop and hand cutting that, you stealing that, big girl. Like you're stealing that because you didn't create the IP and you didn't purchase the product to create the product from it. Right
You use the
now,
font? I'm so
the font,
sorry.
you don't
You
have
are
that
using it
commercial
for
option.
commercial purposes.
Now with
Technically.
like the transfer club, I have to hand design them. I don't hand draw them. I make them in Illustrator, but I have to make them myself. I have to make them myself because I can't sell something I didn't create. So with that very, very blurry line, especially when you bring in the AI generated image, I don't think the laws exist just yet for
I
that.
think what makes me be able to sleep at night is going to free clip art websites. Granted, it says not for resale purposes. I'm not selling the cookie cutter, so is that a way to
I have
justify it?
sat with Shutterstocks. Like so when you go to purchase
Yeah,
something from Shutterstock, and Corey and I were in a membership, so we went to download and it would have a commercial add-on. You could add a commercial license to your purchase. So I read
yeah.
what the commercial, it's called an enhanced license there. I read what it was, and it was like if you go to sell this, but like you're creating something that I'm not reselling the font.
Yeah.
Like, so same
That
with the cookie class kits. People are like, what are the rules of the class kits? Can I make a class kit and sell it as a DIY kit? Yes. But you can't take a class kit and sell it as a digital download to teach people how to teach cookie class kits. It's that blurry line. So I think an intellectual property lawyer is going to give you a better answer for me. I think that AI stuff, the law hasn't been generated. Maybe AI will generate its own law. As far as taking something from clip art and turning into a cutter, you're amongst friends in doing that. But I don't believe you own the file. Then you have that blurry line. Well, I have a Canva membership. I'm paying
yeah.
Canva to access their library. But if I take something I paid for, but not a commercial license, and I use it to create something else, where's that line? And the only thing an attorney could answer that for you. I think it's so blurry, the risk of being sued by it is lower. However, I've seen people like go to Target, buy a card, turn the card into a cookie, and then the creator of the card is like, this is mine.
Yeah.
Nyan Cat is
Yeah.
an interesting version of this law if you want to go research it. And that's from 10 years ago before AI even existed. It's a cat with he's made of toast and a rainbow's coming out his butt.
Yes.
And he's a pixel art. Well, somebody made that, took Nyan Cat and made it into somebody. It was owned by somebody, and they enforce their intellectual property on that Nyan Cat creator, and they lost. Nyan Cat won.
Crazy.
Like,
Yeah. So,
like Pusheen Cat, Pusheen
yes.
cute one. He's very tempting, but he's so popular. And then I was listening to a TikTok. AI is able to scan quickly Pinterest and find that you took that image and recreated it and made content out of it that you sold and made profit from. So you can see the issue is, am I making money off of what somebody else's effort produced and they're not making money from that effort?
Yeah.
There's
That's where
your handle.
Disney has their big copyright issues because they've created the fan base and you're profiting off the fan base and giving
Mhm.
nothing to Disney.
And then
So,
you have the thing like, the argument is like, well, am I too big or small to get sued? No. And yes, but at the same time, it's a risk you run. So it always had to be like, how are people getting away with this? They're getting away with it because they're taking on the risk. And that's their business model and the risk that they run. As for me in my house, you can do inspired by, you can, when I'm creating the graphics, like when I was creating the graphic for the digital download, I
yeah.
went to Shutterstock and pulled up illustrated buckets. Like, I don't know why my brain couldn't process what a bucket looked like. I clearly forgot how they looked suddenly. And I'm looking at that as a reference image, but I'm making my own shape from my own design, from my own brain.
Yeah, I think what's going to be crazy is using AI as it's getting more and more smarter, which is the dumb way to say that. You're going to say, I want a cookie cutter that looks like this. And what if it pulls from a shop that has that cookie cutter just thinking that's the shape you want? AI can't create anything out of nothing, it has to pull from something.
Hmm. Until
So, are
it,
you doing a disservice to your favorite cutter brands if it's pulling that shape and you're like, well, I didn't know where it came from? So, what's so funny is because I've been buying cookie cutters for so long and Etsy is now just filled with AI cutter shops. I can see where they've pulled from someone else's
yeah.
design. That's
But
a
then
well-known
on the
brand.
other side of the argument, I saw this drama in another group, right? I'm just popcorn. I'm spilling the popcorn on my shirt and reading every comment. And someone was like, look, this cutter shop stole your cutter design. And someone's like, but there's only so many ways to make a cat ghost.
Well, there's only the word love is the case in point that there's only so many designs of love that you could do.
Uh-huh.
Like, is your
Right.
L big? Is your L small? Is the O
Right.
a ring? Is it O not?
So it's that like you can always say, well, this came a derivative of this, a
Yeah.
derivative of that. Where's the derivative stop and start? Where did you get the inspiration from? Did you see this? They always say like, people don't remember where they saw the inspiration, but their brain
Yeah.
remembers it from a file and it felt it was organic, but in reality it was this design.
Yeah.
It's so blurry. I can't give you an answer and I'm definitely not an attorney.
Obviously, we've talked ad nauseum and have not come to a conclusion.
So I'm going to tell you, a ton of people are going to Canva and downloading clip art and turning it into a cutter with tools like Cookie Design Lab. It's really easy with Cookie Design Lab. You can just drop it in, remove the background,
I
produce a
know.
cutter.
Yeah, I know.
And then as far as the AI generated, I see a ton of folks doing that. And Corey and I were talking. She needed the word Halloween. She got AI generate a really cute cutter using a font that isn't owned by anybody, but it's owned by everybody. And therein lies the
Right.
conundrum.
It's got the font from somewhere. Where it
It's
is,
got it from, I mean, but H is an H.
an H
How many
is an
ways can
H.
you write it?
Yeah.
It is a
Yeah.
blurry line. So, as far as are you the only person doing that? No, you are amongst most cutter shops. I mean, not cutter shops, most cookiers, even if they don't admit it.
Mhm.
It's funny, like AI is stealing from people, but like, were you looking at that other cutter shop when you designed your cutter shop? Like, how far are we going? Our sponsors are the only reason this podcast exists. The minute we don't have them, oh, we've got a new sponsor, Cutter Vault. So Cutter Vault is the answer to the problem, the conundrum of I have so many cutters. Where do
Let me
I
tell you, the reason why I like Cutter Vault, it is designed by a cookier, a person who is
get?
actively making and baking, collecting cutters, is the designer behind Cutter Vault. So she understands the cookier's problem because she has the cookier's brain.
She has it. It's an app. It's an app in both the App Store and in Google Play. And I'm getting more information from it, but I did want to mention Cutter Vault. So it's a digital organization app designed for bakers and cookie decorators to catalog, track, and search their entire cookie cutter collection. And that is, Corey, you always have the people that order the same cutter 3 times.
Oh, that's me. I went down, I found
Yeah.
this balloon from the cookery. I must have been obsessed with it. It's down there 4 or 5 times.
See, the problem with inventory management, when we're talking, okay, if you're the new baker and you're listening to this and you're like, well, I only have 20 cutters, great, you're good. You're
Oh,
safe.
this is the perfect time for you to start logging it in.
Yes. Now the baker who's been around for Vendy Blendies where they impulse buy large batches or this promotion or these point shops or just years have passed and this client wanted this and you forget you had that. Or now that we can 3D print from these STL libraries,
Yes,
it's kind of hard to remember what you got. And then we
it
have some
is.
cutter shops that print the labels on them and some that don't.
I know.
Cutter shops, if you're listening, 100% of your audience
Yes,
wants you to label that.
yes.
100% of
I
them.
am.
That's not even a differentiator.
I'm
It should be.
proclaiming that out there. Why are we not doing that all the time now?
It's because it's hard. Okay. Actually, Cookie Design Lab makes it really easy
Now it just
to
puts it on
add
there. I
them
said,
in.
"Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
yeah.
let me
It's
name it the right thing."
you know, you change it, it's at the top, the very top.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
They switch it around. Took me a minute to find it. So key features, you can take pictures of each cutter, add the details like with the size and theme and usage through tags. So I'm a big tag organizer in like Shopify. We had a client and Shopify has tags, right? For products. Well,
Yeah,
it's supposed to help the Shopify store see what's related. So if you had a chapstick, it would kind of fall within skincare, right?
yeah.
This guy, bless his little soul, he was like really great, awesome, cool stuff. He's fine. Like I was like, dude, what are you doing
Neato
with your
burrito.
tag? And great deal. So
The
tags allow, so Corey said a balloon. Well, a balloon could go for New Year's,
yeah,
and a balloon could go for
yes.
birthday, and a balloon could go for quinceañeras.
That's my biggest issue. Physically, like the skull could go for a doctor
Corey's
set.
talking about her physical organization. She has these bins, these
I
organized.
have an issue. I have an issue when it comes to this part, but this logging, this tag would help me be able to cross see where,
So yeah, Corey searches, she can search by balloon and see if again, it's the digital part of this. It's really
yeah.
increasing the efficiency of organization versus Corey running down and going through 50 bins.
Because if you think a heart, Valentine's Day, but it also works for every wedding set. So which cutter bin are you going to put it
Mhm.
in? The problem is if I only put it in Valentine's Day, I will only remember I have it during Valentine's Day. That's why having something digital where you can just search up a tag, hearts, it'll show everything that you have. Or if you type in, Valentine's Day, the hearts will show up. But if you type in wedding, the hearts will also show up there.
Yeah, it even says smart organization, sort items by storage location. So it does incorporate the physical, because you can have a digital organization, but if you have it all in a big old box, you're still going to spend forever trying to find it. So
Yeah.
you need the digital married to physical. But it says find specific shapes or themes instantly. Can you stop overbuying? Oh, but this one, sort items by storage location. Love that. Type or how often you use them.
Yeah, because there's going to be a balloon set that
Mhm.
doesn't break easily that you find that you use more often than the balloon set that you have that you
Listen,
might not.
carrots will keep us humble. Carrot tops.
Oh, don't bring
Corey and
that
I
up.
had this class once, and we used the infamous carrot. And just for everyone I picked up, he broke. And
I
Corey
said,
was
stop picking them up. Stop touching them.
we had to transfer. They were too fresh. Yeah. So that's our new spots. I'll have more on them. Cookie Design Lab, use code TWINS for 15% off. Bakety Bake Meringue Powder of your dreams. Code twin. It's like I forgot how to speak. It's a lot of like, yeah. Bakety Bake Meringue Powder of your dreams. Code TWINS get you 10% off.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll try to bully them back into the Bendy Blendy. Daisy makes code twins10 gets you 10% off. That is cake pops for cookies. Corey's talking about cake pop molds. The system, it's hard to describe. It's like a plunger based shape system that works like cookie cutters. So if the cake pop balls have made you come to tears as they
Yeah.
weep themselves, this would be a more this is Corey actually called me and was like, take off the circles. I'm only doing the Daisy Make system.
The
Like,
thing is, the discs are so much easier. You can put like overlay things if you had
you
like
print on
edible
them.
images. You can print on them with Eddie. They're just easier to package. Easier, easier, easier.
I
Easier.
saw a lot of hype around Connie, which is Primera, who made Eddie and Freddie's newest product. And it's coming in September. I think Corey looked up the date. You can pre-order it now. It ships in September. A dedicated, you always get the question like, where is an edible? So a printer where you put in the wafer paper and it spits out something that you can
Yes.
eat. And that's always the conundrum of which printer is better. Now, this is dedicated from the printing company who knows how to print on food, a dedicated printer for it. And I can't
Yeah.
wait to see Connie shipping. If you do buy one, please post in any group. I want to know I want to
Yeah.
see it in action.
I want one.
Huh?
I want one.
Get you one, girl. Treat yourself. Bosch Nutrimilk, not a sponsor, is an affiliate. Use code Sugar Cookies to get $20 off your Bosch Universal Plus.
Nice.
Your artiste.
Nice. Artiste. I have that, but I would recommend the Universal or just the other one because it's got a bigger motor. So you
I think it's
won't.
Universal, and Universal Plus might be the stainless steel.
Yeah.
You can still buy different bowls and make your Universal a plus.
Yeah.
It's your kitchen. Corey, do you have a Twinterest?
A Twinterest. I was going to tell you about all the fall flavors that have dropped, but we've
We
already
did. We
covered it at the
covered that.
beginning.
I want to give you an update on my Zevo gnat catchers.
Yes.
I'm going to highly recommend.
Yeah, you're
Amount of
welcome.
boogs that have been snatched is disconcerting.
It is wild to look behind there and see carcasses of bugs.
There is so many gnats. Like, what were you guys doing? Why are you here? Where were you going? Why did you stop in my kitchen? I get, and I know it's the weather. We've had a really humid
And also look
summer.
behind Heather right there is a pond. It is
It's a
uh,
runoff. It's a
a bug
runoff.
bug
It's
infestation pond.
it is a mosquito's biggest dream. My ankles have been destroyed by a mosquito with the tenacity of Michael Phelps. This
Yeah.
mosquito went in for the gold, bronze, and silver and got all three. I'm trying really hard not to itch my ankles, but that and my twin twist, I really like the Dawn Dish Show pack, Save My Shirt.
Yes, nice, nice.
Well, I had this whole thing I was going to
Denise.
say, and I completely blanked on what it was.
What was it?
Something I was really interested in.
Something you were in.
Let's
Oh,
see.
I did have it's so crazy. Police officer wives usually never get to see other police officer wives. There's
Oh,
no little meetup for us. But I got some cookies for this police officer's wife that I know I'd like if I ever got the opportunity to meet her. So
okay.
I gave her a Christmas gift and she got a Christmas gift to me. It was so squished by the time it got there because her police officer husband and my police officer husband don't
This
know how
a
to
year
just
ago?
last year, and it was a
Okay.
candle from Bath and Body Wax.
Love that.
And I said, I'm gonna save this and burn it. I
Just
dropped it
couldn't.
yesterday. It shattered. I
No.
was so sad because I was
No.
gonna think of her every time I burn it.
What was it, Flav? What was the smell?
It was salted caramel cookie.
Oh, I just burned through a candle, which meant I am allowed to go get a new replacement.
Wait,
I
you have
went,
zero candles left?
no, no, no. I have them. I have plenty of them, but I'm allowed to go burn one.
Oh yeah, I
Gotta
thought
go
you
pick
meant
one to
get another one.
burn. No, no, no. We're fully stocked. I want more. I'm sorry, Bath and Body Works saw me coming from all the way. They came out with a second fall drop.
Yeah, so I actually cloves. I burnt the first one. The second one's melting in my room. It's a one of
Yeah,
those
once
ones
you
I
melt
like.
them, which I'm a big fan of the melting, you can't burn them because the
I'll
wicks
still
disappear.
burn them though. They have zero
Oh.
smell.
My little melts, the wicks are disappearing into them.
Yeah, sometimes I fish him out, but sometimes he's also slanted.
Yeah, and yeah, they don't want to burn out straight. You're gonna
Yeah,
have
they
some
don't.
sort of
They don't. But now
archaeological.
I've gotten after that crash and burn, not burn, but it broke. I have this candle I'm burning right here.
Okay, what does
One
this
I'm
mean?
burning almost done. It'll be its last day today. And then this coffee one I regret buying. And then I can go back to Bath and Body.
I want to go for the Harl. I wanted you had sent me one. They didn't have it at the Bath and Body Works I went,
Yes.
so I never got
Yeah.
to smell it.
It was the
Pine
pine
cone
cone
cinnamon. I wanted
cinnamon.
to myself. There were some good ones in this drop, and I had to
Yes.
I had to take my hand and be like, "Girl, you
Yeah.
have them in the basement." Yeah, so
You left with zero.
I left. It was. I'm sorry. It was the foaming hand soap sale, so I left with 5 foaming hand soaps for
How
15.
much? How can you burn through five phone?
I'm
You're a
not.
single
I'm stalking
person.
him. I'm stalking. I'm creating a
Stalking
stalk.
them.
I'm sorry. I was in line and I had 5. And I said, I'm not going to grab a basket. That's what gets you in trouble. I'm going to only buy what I
Yes.
can hold. And
Yeah.
$15 was my limit. So it was 5 of those. Or like 15.38. But the lady in front of me had no lie, 80 of them. She bought 80 foaming hand soaps. And she had a coupon on top of the sale. I even had to say, good job. That was great.
Yeah.
It was like watching somebody win the Super Bowl.
I wonder if she's reselling or is she just stocking up on her favorite scents because she knows she'll have to wait
I
all year.
I wanted to ask, but I was like, Heather, she's not. When her kid was like acting up, and she was like trying to pin him with her knee against the checkout line.
She would have to justify her purchase to
Yeah,
some random
yeah,
lady
yeah. I don't
behind
want to put the
with
pressure on somebody.
popcorn
Like,
butter
why do you
stains on
really
her
like?
shirt.
I'm so sorry. Why do you need so many foaming hand soaps? You live by yourself.
Yeah.
How are you wearing it? I think the foaming hand soaps from Bath and Body, they
Oh, smell
last
great.
really long in your hands.
No, they really do. They really do. Heather bought me one. I haven't opened it yet because I'm trying to use up the soap I have so I don't just
Which
become a
flave
soap
did I get you?
hoarder.
Leaves. I'm a big fan of leaves as a foaming hand soap.
I want to say I gotta go check it, but I honestly don't think it was that. I think it was you bought it for me back. You know those two when we said this is our summer scent, and it was like Mongolian
Yeah.
barbecue. It's not. It's Magnolia something.
Mongolian barbecue, delectable. Yeah, huge fan of Bath and Body. Huge fan of fall being shoved down our throats. Massive fan of that. Keep it coming. One,
Yeah,
in terms of for you guys who are like, I hate it. They're doing the marketing for us. People will be
they are.
ready for our holiday sales. So
Yeah,
Halloween, they're already coming up with a costume. I was in the Walmart. You know, in West Virginia, they're all super Walmarts. They didn't have those super Walmarts in Burke. But
yeah,
I'm meandering to the cavernous end of Walmart. Christmas tree. God, Christmas stuff. Like, hidden. Like it's like one little
yes.
tiny display. But I'm
You're.
like, oh, I see you.
Yeah.
I see the pool stuff, the chlorine treatment, heading on out. They're
Heading
bringing
on
in
out.
Halloween stuff. Yeah, that gardening stuff gone.
I listen, this is my time to thrive. Right now, this point, the lead
The
up.
plane
That's my
is
thriving.
taking off. We're accelerating down the runway.
Please put your trays in the upright position.
Yeah, and I'm in my landscaping era. Anybody have a solution for tall fescue patches?
Question. Will you be putting up some Christmas lights?
There is a plug on the very, very small porch.
How about don't you have a little,
I do. I
what
do.
if we wrapped him with just a
Let's do
little,
it. Let's
little
do it.
Christmas garland,
Just a little
little garly,
garland.
a little
The Spards
gar.
are gonna love it.
They are gonna love it,
We'll
but it
just
will
have
be
to
not
light the
spider
house on fire
season.
when we're done with holiday
Yes.
season.
Or we do a red ribbon and it becomes
Oh,
a
yeah.
candy cane.
And I do really like the holiday lights. I think we could pipe them up. Starting at the top, bring them
Abs.
down. There would be a cable and nobody's coming over. So there would be a little bit of light strand upon the ground, but it'll be fine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
I
was
love.
looking, I went to I'm not a
Are
Maximus. I
you
went to
gonna do the
Marshall's.
cat Christmas tree? We never recircled back to that.
I know people are waiting with bated breath. I'm tempted, but I did just buy furniture. So I got to slow my spending. I go slow
So just
spending.
a traditional Christmas tree or no Christmas tree at
I
all?
mean,
You straight.
you can these ones for like under a hundo.
Oh, way under 100 if you go to Hobby
Really,
Lobby.
I wouldn't mind a completely naked Christmas tree as long as he had the lights. The
Oh, just
light. And the
the
cat Christmas tree didn't
ambiance.
come with lights. I like the
Your
the
cats might
beyonce.
crawl up the tree.
These little short dudes. I'll just take off the bottom rung.
Just put, they have those metal things at the bottom where it's like decorative, but you
Torture
could just put,
chambers.
yeah,
I
put them in
agree.
there when they're bad. Just kidding.
When you're when you're like Bean, I don't know. He's a flat faced cat, so he has the
Mhm.
tears. The tears are
Mhm.
oddly red, like a reddish tint. Like the white dog with the red tears.
Yeah, it's brownish orange.
I'm finding it everywhere. I have a cloth in my hand, Windex, and we're
Listen,
wiping down every
listen.
floorboard that's 2 inches off the ground.
I have a bulldog. Same
Uh-huh.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
Smushed face.
Uh-huh.
This is your next decade. Next
Babe,
decade.
if he wasn't so darn cute. I
And
took him. I
Ray,
hadn't seen Bean in a minute.
I
I took him
hadn't.
to my
He's very,
parents'
very
house.
cute.
He's
He's
very,
very,
very
very cute
round.
boy. A very, very cute
I
boy.
had to shave him. I think he's gonna look funny.
I don't feel like you should shave
You
him. He's not
don't?
matted.
In his armpits, major matting.
Okay, then just shave that. Don't shave his whole body. Don't
Maybe I'll
make him
just
a
shave his belly.
sausage.
He's not a
Don't
sausage.
make him a
He's
sausage.
a butterball.
He's the sweetest of the
Here's
hearts.
what I want to tell cats if you're listening. Let me cut off the mats and you won't have to deal with baths and shaving. Let me cut
I
off
want
those
to
mats.
let me tell that to my dog. And you'll if
Like
you
you're
let
making
me
it
do what I
worse.
gotta do, they don't he just
They
couldn't care
don't.
less.
And I'm like, well, I'll have to tell you what. Maybe I'll start with a belly shave, see if we can get through that.
I
It's
do
the
think a
low
Christmas
riders.
tree will just elevate your entire personality in the Christmas season.
When are you putting it up? When are you putting it up?
I always put mine up in November.
November 1, November
I have
31.
done November 1 in the past, and
I
it's
think
been well received.
bless you guys who put your Christmas tree up the day before Christmas. Like I could
Oh,
put that effort
all
and
that
then put the same
work,
number.
all that work for
I
a day.
couldn't be me. So I want to get some runway, some bandwidth
Yeah,
out of this effort. So I think Novi 1.
I love a Novi
Halloween
one.
ends 31. I'm pulling out a tree.
And you don't even decorate for Halloween. You're just ready to roll.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, you did. There's nobody like. There's
I
like.
just decorate inside for myself, honestly,
Uh,
for
I
both
saw some
Halloween.
pumpkins at
But so you'd be
Staples.
skipping that. Well, are you doing
You know, they
fall?
were aesthetic fall pumpkins. They
Yeah,
weren't
but do you see
jack-o'-lantern.
now if you put the Christmas tree up November 1, your fall is now
Shoot, we got a little
fighting.
run-in, a little car accident
So
on
I actually
Friday.
skip fall. I do skip fall.
Well, I will be at a pumpkin patch. You know,
Oh,
apple picking season is September and it's early September. There's a lot of orchards out here and there I can see the apples now.
no
Got pumpkins.
way.
There's
Is
Apple
this
Orchard Lane and it's
Oh, how
gorgeous.
quaint is that? Get that on a
It
video.
was really rolling hills of apple trees with little red apples. Oh,
Oh,
that's phenomenal.
that sounds amazing.
I really did. I'm ready
Do
for
they
the
open to
fall.
the pub?
There is a lot of, oh yeah, they have, maybe, do you want to do a corn maze?
I've done corn mazes every year. Why
Yeah, but
wouldn't I not
there's a
do it?
bunch out here that end up with the apple from the orchards and you can go get them and pumpkin stuff. What?
Is it personal picking of apples? I don't want pre-picked. I want to pick myself.
I do
As
some
if that's different.
research. I have to go back to hit the old community groups.
Yeah, I will go back to that Butler's Orchard with
Where?
art. It's great. It's in Maryland.
I want to go.
It's
I
right
want
over
to
the
go.
cusp, but they
I
have
want to go over
the
the past.
best food.
Oh, hand me on hook. That's always the struggle bus. Is like,
Yes.
do I have to stand in line and hold a hot dog while I spill it?
They have a kitchen in a barn, and it's just a food operation.
I would like to be added to the invite list.
I will consider you for the invite list. You might have to drive if you join because I don't have
That's
a car.
fine.
to get
That's
this
always
on.
my penance.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, you're on the list.
I'll drive. Okay, kids. I never remembered what it was I was going to tell you about. That was the best thing I've ever experienced in life. But maybe I'll get it next week. So thank you so much for listening to the podcast. Again, sugarcookiemarketing.com, the Cookie College, if you want to jump in and learn more and really make this work for you. We are your cheerleaders, and we're here to keep you honest as well.
Woo woo!
Woo!